having the right people with the right dynamics, we all recognize that everybody's got their own part to play. I mean, everybody works together. We have field technicians, but they recognize that we got an office staff and we got guys in the warehouse that are supporting them out in the field.
I came in not having any experience at all, and everybody was really warm and welcoming as far as, you know, learning new things and on the pace as far as my own pace.
I think one of the favorite things about Seneca for me are the people. A lot of great talent, you know, and just really fun people to talk to and to be with. We continue to grow and advance and go into new states, new opportunities. So it's been a great home for me, and I think it could be a great home for others as well.
I transferred from Waste Solutions to our construction division, and it was a lateral move, but a lot more opportunities to grow within the company. And I'm just hoping to continue efficiency and process improvement, which are things that I really enjoy doing, and Seneca's given me an opportunity to explore that. Continuously throughout my entire career with Seneca, they've always been able to allow me to change up my role based on what I was needing, what I wanted, and get to kind of choose where my success is going to be.
A couple of first days I was here, I was, I don't know, maybe fortunate enough to meet the owner and his son, and I mean, usually you don't do that, you know, but they're, you know, they walk through the building and you know, they're like, you know, one of the people here.
To live a life and be solely focused on profit is pretty shallow. I mean, it matters, that's what drives everything, but it's not the end-all be-all, right? And it can certainly be impacted by only focusing myopically on that one thing. I mean, we accomplish what we set out to do as a business, but more importantly, we set out and helped other people accomplish what they wanted to in their careers. We helped our customers grow their businesses. We really were a part of something really great.
Seneca's always been encouraging to, like, put your family first. I wanted to be able to drop my kid off in the morning, so if there were weather delays, you know, 2-hour school delays, I would just call and say, hey, like, I can't drop my kid off. And they were like, oh, that's fine, like, we'll see you when you get here. I've never worked for a company that's been so welcoming to that.
When I moved down here, the primary reason was my wife was from here, and her mom had advanced Alzheimer's. So when we were kind of on the fence where we were going to move, it made sense for us to be down here. And so as a technician, that's when I was working in the field, and I was probably about 2 hours away on an install. Well, that's when I got the phone call that my mother-in-law had slipped and they were moving her into hospice because she had broken her hip. I made one phone call and they dispatched 2 technicians to come relieve me. You know, even my father-in-law was like, wow, you got a great group of guys you work with. I'm like, no doubt.
They could trust that their team is going to catch them if they ever need a safety net. We're there for you.
Anybody that's looking for a challenge, you know, that wants to use their hands, use their head, it's a unique trade that we do.
I would say come work here. I mean, if you're looking for a career, then this is the place for you.
Reached the business end of the summer in USL League 2, and the top 2 teams in the Western Conference are on a work trip in the Midwest. The Pacific Northwest and the City of Angels have descended on Des Moines, Iowa to decide the champion of the Western Conference. Whoever wins gets to stick around until Sunday, but will it be the Southern Cali club with enviable history or a highly successful expansion side from just north of the Space Needle? We're all set to find out in a Friday afternoon thriller. Good afternoon and welcome to live coverage of the USL League 2 National Playoffs and the Western Conference Final right here on CISN via YouTube and 11 Sports. For Justin Forster, my commentary partner, my name's Danny Gajula, saying welcome in to the press box atop Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Justin, two teams that we here in Iowa don't know a lot about, but if you've been a USL League 2 fan for a while, Ventura County Fusion is a name that you'll know, and if you've been watching this year, Ballard has quickly put their name on people's lists as well.
Yeah, well, Ventura have been here before. They've won the national championship in 2009. They made the playoffs in 2015, and here they are again. I was also impressed with Ballard the last game that I watched. They made it hard for themselves by going two goals up, coming back to 2-2, then winning in extra time. I thought they did fantastic. They have the characters in the squad to pull it off. I mean, just the way they play, they played in a 4-3-3, but sometimes switch to a 3-4-3 going forward. Very dynamic in the way they play.
And it's a very local team as well. A lot of local flavor in that roster. Some guys from Ballard High School, which is about as Ballard as you can get, a neighborhood in the urban areas of Seattle. It's a team that's got a lot of chemistry. They know each other by this point in the season. At this point, expansion club, first year in the league, those things don't mean a whole lot anymore. At this point, everybody knows each other. You got to go out and execute as a unit.
Yeah, we had that with Peoria, an expansion team making the playoffs, and I think it's fantastic. Ballard, an expansion team, have made the playoffs. I think it says a lot for their program. And just like you said, a lot of these kids went to high school together. It's absolutely fantastic.
And some at Menace who have been here a while in Des Moines will know the name Lamar Nagel. He's a former Menace player, also played with the Seattle Sounders in Major League Soccer. He is a part owner of Ballard FC, so connections all across the country. For Ventura, as we mentioned, it's that experience that they bring, but it's their first time back this far, this deep into the playoffs in a long time, and it's been a long time coming. A lot of talent in this team, and they've had to get past some close results to get here. It was a 2-1 win, most recently, past a division opponent that got them here. That shows a lot of resolve from Ventura.
Yes, it does. And looking back at that game, again, they've got the quality in the midfield. They have the quality up front. They've got a bit of pace as well. And the fight with them, Opoku scored a fantastic goal off a free kick, which we'll probably see pre-game. But the ball was played, and he just flicked it on into the top corner. Nathaniel is a player that we're going to have to watch today. I mean, and obviously it's a player that Ballard are going to have to try and take care of.
Well, there's more scouting to be done, and we'll be doing it on the other side of this quick break. Don't go away. You're listening to CISN with live coverage of the USL League 2 Western Conference Final. See you in a moment on CISN.
The Chicken in Orilla is a classic roadhouse joint serving chicken any way you want. All hand-cut, hand-breaded, and 100% satisfying. Chicken, just like your mama used to make. Bring the whole fam for all their favorites, and chicken so good you'll know why we could only call ourselves the Chicken. In the middle of nowhere, but just minutes from everywhere. With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
At DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, we want you to experience the DeArmond difference.
My dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure your ownership experience is exceptional.
We're completing phase 2 of our major reconstruction project at our Indianola location, providing a state-of-the-art customer lounge and waiting area and soon-to-be all-new showroom, reinvesting back into our communities.
DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. Experience the DeArmond difference today. DeArmondAuto.com.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make. Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
We're back in West Des Moines as 4-seed Ballard FC and 5-seed Ventura County Fusion are getting ready to kick off in the Western Conference Final. Justin Forster and myself, Danny Catula, are here to keep you up to date ahead of the opening whistle. Looking at the visitors technically, obviously both teams coming from pretty far away, but Ventura, as far as seeding is concerned, are the visitors. They're bringing a lot to the table, and it's a very different type of team than what we've seen.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. When we get to the highlights here, we'll see Ballard wearing the champagne jerseys and San Francisco Glens in all green. As you can see, they're lining up at Ballard, their home ground. Great setting in Seattle. Here's the first goal from a delivery on the far side. Great turn on the left foot, pinged in. Ekman on the far post, just nodding it past the keeper. What a fantastic goal. He's a player that you'll have to watch out for in set pieces today. And then there was the tying goal from San Francisco Glens. Diego Grande doing all the legwork, feeding the goalkeeper on the near post. In the champagne jerseys of Ballard then go 2-1 up with a lovely ball played through. Alex Mejia getting on the end of this one, but what a great cross in there. Mejia, all he had to do was just leap like a salmon and knock the ball back into the back of the net. Absolutely brilliant. Valdivia pulled one back here to tie the game, to send the game into overtime for the all-green San Francisco Glens in the last 2 minutes of the match. Game went into extra time. A long ball was played forward. Just a little flick on, mishap by the defender, too flat. And that man, Alex Mejia, player to watch tonight, bounces onto his own rebound, which backspin over the defender's head, and he side volleys that ball into the back of the net.
Can't get a much crazier sequence, can you? Especially as you've got less than 10 minutes to go until that match ends at 120 minutes. What a match that was, and what a moment for Ballard, making it all the way out here to Iowa now in the national quarterfinal. Now let's look at Ventura County. As we mentioned, the away team. No, just kidding. My bad. Let's keep up with Ballard. I got to keep up myself. First season as a club, as we've mentioned, an expansion side. Finished second in the Northwest Division. Interesting, though, there's only one team that ever beat them in their history. That's Capital FC, the 1 seed out in the West. They ended up losing in their first round to San Francisco Glens, which you just saw. Ballard were able to dispatch them. They've already beaten 2 Southwest Division clubs to advance this far, and we'll see if they can make it 3 on their way to the national semifinals on Sunday. A guy to watch will be Christian Engman, center back, 6'4". He's played in 2 playoff matches, both of them. He's got a goal, and he's got 3 goals all season on set pieces this year. He's really good in the air, uses that 6'4" frame really well. Also came in to replace the starting center back there, so a new addition to this team late on, and he's come in and been pretty important. Now let's go ahead and get to Ventura County. Again, apologies for that. Justin, take us through their 2-1 win over Southern California Seahorses.
Yeah, Ventura County in the all blue with the orange sleeves versus Salcal Seahorses in all orange. And here you see the first goal from Opoku. Lovely ball played, and he just flicks it out of nowhere, just managing to get his head to that ball. Very difficult run to head. Then the Seahorses trying to come back into it. But Aina breaking forward on the left-hand side, as you can see, picks up the ball, places it past the goalkeeper. But take note of that lovely through ball, great technique into his pathway. The Seahorses pulled one back, but obviously it was to no avail. But we really worked hard in this match. The ball was played out wide. Great strike, keeper saving it. On the rebound came Barbosa to pull one back. It was just a consolation goal at the end of the day.
Yeah, that was all that Seahorses were able to muster. This one was played at Whittier College, which is the home venue of SoCal Seahorses. So that was an away win, more or less, for Ventura, even though it was about 45 minutes away, not too much of a drive for them. This one is not a drive, it's a flight. They are very far away from home. Let's give you a little bit more fun facts about what they're bringing to the table. They also finished second place in their Southwestern division, but they have been here on many occasions before. They've been a part of USL League 2 since 2007. They were national champions just 3 seasons in 2009. It's their second playoff appearance, though, since 2015. In recent years, they've struggled a bit for their high standards. Guy you're going to want to watch out for will be leading the line, Sergio Villalpando. He's played in both playoff matches, got a goal each in those on 3 total shots. Came up from Ventura Fusion's youth academy. He's been in this program for a while, a local guy, about as local as you can be, and he's got a lot of talent on him. Wouldn't be surprised to see him grab another goal.
Yeah, and he's going to be a player to watch here, Danny. He's grown up, like you said, through the youth program. He's a part of the culture, part of the environment. Definitely a player to watch. Scored 2 goals. He scored 2 goals in 2 playoff matches of 3 shots. I mean, that says something about him. Exciting times. Definitely a player to watch.
Well, the stage is almost set, and we'll take another break here at Valley Stadium. But don't miss the team news and final thoughts before kickoff coming up in just a moment, right here on CISN.
The largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels. There's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
Hi, it's Amanda with Holt Plumbing and Heating. With inventory tight, Holt not only anticipated the need, but took the risk of stocking up on our most popular products. While our competitors scramble to find furnaces, air conditioners, and water heaters, we have plenty of stock, ready to be installed. Even though we have extra products, now we see demand at an all-time high. To sweeten the deal, we are also offering 0% financing on your new purchase. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
There's more Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
Just about ready to get to the final match in the Western Conference in 2022. After this, it's interconference play all the way with 4 teams remaining. Ballard hopes to go all the way in their first season, and Ventura County would like to return to the League 2 precipice. We'll see which team gets it done on the other side of this final break for the anthem on CISN.
Royal Mile, where everyone's a wee bit British. The Royal Mile is downtown Des Moines' living room with classic pub favourites. Pair them with a glass of whiskey or an expertly poured Guinness. It's bloody brilliant. The Royal Mile, a proper British pub.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Not too many places hit all the right notes. But when it comes to great atmosphere and delicious scratch-made food, Truman's is the name to know. Game days are for Chiefs fans, but every day is for the food fans. Truman's, get to know us by name.
Need orthopedic care today? DMOS Orthopedic Urgent Injury Clinics in Ankeny and West Des Moines are open 6 days a week. No appointment necessary. Our 2 convenient walk-in clinics offer you full access to dedicated orthopedic specialists. Wait times and costs are generally less than an ER visit. Check hours of operation and wait times instantly at DMOS.com. DMOS Urgent Injury Clinics in Ankeny and West Des Moines, helping you get back to living.
Starting lineups for you as we get ready for kickoff in the Western Conference Final. First for Ventura County Fusion, officially the visitors, the 5 seed. Tetsuya Kadono is in goal, from Kobe, Japan originally. Grew up in Irvine, California. Backline is Julio Rubio, Juan Pablo Alvarez, Giovanni Calderon, and Devin Slingsby on the backline. Bastian Oberle, Henry Smith-Hasty, and Marley Edwards are your midfielders. And up top figures to be a 3-man strike force, Logan Farrington, Sergio Villalpando, and Nathaniel Opoku out of Accra, Ghana round out the starting 11. Only 5 guys on a potential 7-man bench as far as subs are concerned. Something to keep in mind for Ventura County. Now looking at Ballard, wearing their champagne and red. In goal, it'll be Akili Kasim out of Seattle, Washington, one of the homegrowns here. Nick Ryerson's the right back. Leo Burney and Christian Engman, who we mentioned at the Open, are your central backs. Zane Baumgart figures to play at left back. In defensive midfield, Taketo Onorera from Sugito, Saitama, Japan. Lesia Tetsane out of Lesotho is joining him in defensive midfield. Declan McGlynn, 2 matches, 1 goal and a yellow card in these playoffs. He's at attacking midfield. Up top, Peter Kingston and Tyler Bjork are the outside wingers. And leading the line, the number 9, it's Alex Mejia, who scored 2 in Ballard's most recent match. That's the 11 for both sides that'll be tasked with keeping the season alive. Both teams know exactly what they need to do, Justin. Now it's about responding to this pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you hear Danny. It's all on the table. I expect a nervy start from both sides. I mean, it's hot out there. They want to get a feel of each other, get the momentum going. But I tell you what, once the kickoff goes, it's all in here.
It absolutely will be. It looks like it'll be Ballard to kick off. They'll be moving from left to right in front of you in that champagne kit. A lot of people talking about it in the glass room here at Valley Stadium. Some of the front office staff at Menace and people around the stadium turning a lot of heads, this kit from Ballard. Love that kind of rainbow gradient as well. I think it's the sunset that they're going after in the kit and in the crest as well. And then for Ventura County, nice bright orange and blue look. Never can go wrong with that. They're moving from right to left.
Yeah, I tell you what, I like that champagne kit that Ballard have come out with. They wore it in the last game. Is it going to be their lucky kit tonight? Although Ventura Fusion are wearing their blue lucky kit as well.
A lot of luck on both sides, and we'll see which one prevails. Declan McGlynn out of Kirkland, Washington, is in the center circle here at Valley Stadium, and he gets us underway. This one is off and running. Tyler Turner, the center referee, assisted by Aaron Valley and Samantha Carey. Braxton Williams is the 4th official. Down this left side, early opportunity for Peter Kingston. He loses out, but in midfield, picked up by Onodera. Tetsane plays it backwards. Sent long by Burney. Headed away at the first time of asking. Still in the area, though. Declan McGlynn's got it. Moving it out left. Potential for a cross. That's a good aerial ball, or ground ball, I should say, and nearly resulted in a shot opportunity. Instead, Ballard will try again. Move down to the left wing. Another chance for a cross. This one deflected, finds the far post, but Ventura able to clear. Can they break out now and get a bit of possession early on? Sent long down the left flank. Headed back in the other direction by Engman. Ballard picks up a loose ball. Left wing, long distance effort well over the bar. But I believe it took a touch according to the center referee, Tyler Turner. That is indeed the case, so we'll have an early corner kick.
Danny, that's the start that Ballard needed. They've pressed the left back and right back high up the field in the wide areas right from the start. The holding midfield, Taketo is wearing jersey number 6, is just holding in the midfield there, just in front of the 2 center backs.
Cross comes in on the corner kick. Well defended at the near posts, and Ventura will clear it a second time. It's going over the line, and Nick Ryerson will throw it in. Instead, he'll actually leave it back. Yeah, looks like they're preparing a long throw in this time. And it might be Engman to take it. This is something we saw the other day with Kings Hammer FC taking on Des Moines right here last week, where Ethan Garvey, 6'7", ended up taking long throw-ins and not ending up in the box himself. It is Engman to take it. The 6'4" frame throws it in, and Ventura County are alert to the danger, still in the area, and again, shot goes wide and over the bar. 2.5 minutes gone. Ballard with a couple of half chances, but Ventura have done well to defend so far.
It's quite surprising seeing Engman, 6'4", taking the throw-ins, but I tell you what, he got that right in there on the 6-yard box. Fusion didn't manage to clear their lines. There've been 2 shots on goal, just gone out for a goal kick. And as you can see, Ventura trying to clear their lines from the goal kick, not opting to play out the back.
On the back line, this one headed forward by Calderon. In midfield, Smith Hasty gives to Bastien Oberle. Oberle moves it out left. Picking it up is Marley Edwards. Edwards wants to run towards goal. Cross, back post, players there, and nothing doing. Edge of the box, Tetsane heads it out. Wearing the captain's armband today from Lesotho originally. Ventura back on the ball, sent forward. And not the best first touch, still in the attacking third though. This is Edwards. Trying to dispatch Ryerson. Puts it in the area, another touch, maybe a far side chance for Villalpando. Well defended, and Ballard would like to pick this one up and go the other direction. Ran out of real estate in the end, but it'll be a Ventura throw.
We'll talk about getting the nerves out of the system. Ballard have had 2 opportunities. Ventura now down on the other side as Opoku just pulled the ball down on his chest and playing it back out.
That one not what Ventura were hoping for, so a Ballard throw in on that far side. Looks like Zane Baumgart to take it. He'll see it again. Baumgart from Federal Way, Washington. Pretty much everybody from the Seattle area in the Evergreen State, as Washington is known. Midfield Ventura on the ball for a moment and a fortuitous touch. We'll see Nathaniel Opoku pick it up. Smith Hasty plays it back, and Ventura County will recycle. Juan Pablo Alvarez, one of the more vocal leaders of this team on that back line. Big center back, 6'1", 190. He's from Carpinteria, California. Plays for Cal State Bakersfield, the Roadrunners. And meanwhile, Ballard looking to run down this left wing. Peter Kingston plays it backwards. Onodera. Lacia Tetsane. Tetsane to the right wing, all the way at the touchline. Ryerson gives it back where it came from. The skipper. Back post, a header, and punched away in the nick of time by Tetsuya Kadono. It does go over the goal line, and that'll yield a second Ballard corner of the afternoon in only 5 minutes. They're creating chances. We'll see if they can get a clear-cut one on this occasion.
Yeah, as you look at the replay here, and again, Ryerson pressing high up the field as the right back. Lovely ball played back in Tetsani with the delivery. Great goalkeeping there by Cardona, just managing to punch it away for a corner.
In comes that corner. Back post, a little bit too long for anybody to pick it up. So out for a goal kick, and Tetsuya Kadono will take that one.
Christian Engman on the far post again. It seems to be his area. looking at that goal from the previous match, scored on the far post, beating the keeper on the near post. He's dangerous. He bends his run out. Ventura have to stay close to him, stay tight, get the matchups right.
Codono to send away this goal kick. He's played in 4 matches, kind of came in mid-season as a starter for Ventura. He's only conceded 5 goals across those 4 games. He's born in Kobe, Japan, as we mentioned. Big fan of Marc-Andre ter Stegen, the German keeper, and Gigi Buffon, the Italian legend, 2 of his goalkeeping idols. Here come Ventura the other way, and they've got numbers. Middle of the pitch. And that was Logan Farrington, who just lost the control of the ball on that second touch. The first touch was good, set himself up well, and almost kind of fell over it on that second touch. Here come Ballard the other direction. Long ball, and in the end, a little bit too early of a run for Peter Kingston.
Well, Ryerson, that was a fantastic ball with his right foot, clinical, right onto Kingston's left foot. It was on
Tyler Bjork, long distance effort, and that one never got off the ground. Another goal kick for Codono and Ventura County.
Criminal for Kingston on the far side. He seized the line. He's got to make sure he's on side, but that was one heck of a ball there from Ryerson.
Codono just getting some help tying his shoe from Giovanni Calderon. Calderon has represented the Puerto Rican men's national team at the senior level, plays for the Navy midshipmen, signed there, but never ended up joining the men's soccer team there. From North Haven, Connecticut originally. So Calderon very far from home in a couple of senses, already going coast to coast to be with Ventura County and coming pretty much in between both coasts almost evenly here in Iowa. About as central as you can get. Meanwhile, in the center of the park, picked up by Tetsane for Ballard. Physical play from Apoku wins him the ball back. That's something Ventura like to do, is be physical, winning the ball back defensively. Good challenge from Ballard there from Ryerson. And a great interception by Tyler Bjork. Can he turn defense into attack now? Cross midfield. Left side, it's Peter Kingston. Kingston back to Bjork. It's an excellent 1-2. Keeps it in along the goal line, but the cross was not quite of a high enough quality.
Yeah, Bjork's run was absolutely fantastic. Wasn't tracked by Smith Hasty. Let him go. He should have gone with him because the right back on the far side, Slingsby, had already been committed to the ball, and you don't really want to commit a centre back out into the wide areas. They're going to have to watch Bjork on these runs. One of the midfielders needs to track with and cover.
Another throw in further up the line for the boys in blue and orange today. And it'll again be Slingsby from Beaverton, Oregon. Went to Jesuit High School there. Plays for Gonzaga, the Bulldogs. Transferred from Bradley originally. McGlynn will drop it behind, and now Tetsane's got it. Gives it to Leo Burney on the back line. Tetsane again. A little bit of keep away for now between Burney and Tetsane. Burney will play it to Onorera. Moves down his head and is able to get a little bit of wiggle room that way. Moves it out left. Baumgart. Long ball high into the air. A headed touch and nearly looped into the top corner. A bit of a freak accident of a shot, but nearly found its way in. Good save from Codono.
Well, that was a brilliant ball from Baumgart. Looking for Mahea. Mahea did really well here, Baumgart. No pressure on him. He was given time and space, but look at this. Mahea out jumping the defenders. The goalkeeper, Codono, did really well just to tip that ball over the crossbar.
Peter Kingston's ball in. Takes a couple of bounces, and again, a fortuitous deflection nearly finds its way past Codono, but he's equal to the task. 10 minutes gone, still 0-0. This is Julio Rubio from Goleta, California. Goleta also happens to be the hometown of pop star Katy Perry, which I did not realize before this match. But Rubio, the left back, stands at 5'9", 145 pounds, played in both playoff matches for Ventura this season. This one will bounce all the way to Ballard goalkeeper Akili Kassim. Rolls it out, and this is Christian Engman. That's set piece specialist. Not a taker, but a finisher of those balls in. Burney back to Kassim. Engman again, and this is Ballard being nice and patient. This is kind of the way that they want to play. They'll certainly get forward when they get the opportunity, and we've already seen it. They like to put themselves in that attacking third like any team would, but they're more than happy to be patient on the back line as well. That one's set long, and maybe they could have been patient a little while longer. It'll go over the far touch line. Devin Slingsby will throw it in for Ventura.
And there was Leo Burney again looking for the diagonal ball into Peter Kingston. Kingston came and he started his run too early. He should have just held out wide in the wide area.
In this wide area, Ballard will win themselves a throw in. Mejia was all the way out on the left that time. And it'll be Zane Baumgart to throw it in. Gets it in quickly. Potential for some link-up play. McGlynn, the attacking midfielder, sends it behind him. Tetsane. Back out left where there's a couple of players in Champaign. Kingston cuts back to his inside, but Opoku was ready for it. But it's Kingston again. Crosses it in, headed away. And still in that danger zone about 30 yards from goal. Tetsane sent it towards goal, but was never really going to find the back of the net from there.
Yeah, it's obvious now that Ballard looked to hit the wide areas with the overloads. The overloads on the left-hand side with Baumgart pushing forward, linking up in angles with Kingston. As you can see, the pressure coming in here. They've been doing it on both sides with Ryerson and Bjork, but more on the far side on the left, definitely in the wide areas. And then one of the attacking midfielders, it's either Taketu will come in or McGlynn will support that. It's just something that Ventura need to adjust to. They're playing in looks like a 4-4-2 at this point. They've got two strikers high, pressed up on the two center backs, and then Ballard have got the two holding midfielders right now just sitting in.
Trying to get forward and break those Ventura lines down. It is two lines of four, pretty standard 4-4-2 lineup, but they're able to hold their own once again. And now they can break coming the other way. Opportunity for Henry Smith Hasty. He'll turn around though, take his time. Alvarez for Calderon. Back to Corono. And he will air this one out left. Good aerial first touch from Rubio, but a little bit too far forward. Here come Ballard the other direction. Onorera. Tyler Bjork. Fancy footwork there on that right wing, and he'll play it to Tetsane with a lot of space. Moves into that space. Went for a searching ball along the ground. Intercepted. This is Farrington. Beaten to the ball by Leo Burney. That's textbook defending.
Yeah, it's brilliant defending there by Leo Burney. Just getting his body across the ball in front of the defender, shielding and playing it back to his goalkeeper, Kasim, who's really just enjoying the moment right now with the ball in front of him.
Yeah, he's not had much to do, has he? That's a situation no goalkeeper will complain about. Right side potential for a cross, and it comes, and nobody in blue was able to latch onto it in the end. So 15 minutes gone, still no score. Both sides have kind of played serve, I think. They've had a couple of chances in front of goal. They've created opportunities in the attacking half. Neither side has really taken this one by the scruff of the neck, though.
Yeah, I think Ballard are playing the better football right now. Ventura Fusion just need to get into this game. They need to get a foot on the ball. Just maybe slow it down a bit and just pass it around. Just try and open up Ballard, shift them from side to side. Because right now, Ballard, they are moving that ball really, really quickly, especially here in the midfield with Anora and Tetsane. I mean, those two are really just dominating here in the midfield. And again, we speak about this all the time, Danny, where games are won in the midfield.
Certainly are, as Ballard will advance from midfield to the right side of attack for a corner kick out there. McGlynn was able to shield it out. We've seen a few of these so far. Ballard getting themselves to the wide side. You mentioned it earlier, Justin. They like to get out there on the flanks and play attacking football from there. We'll see a corner to be played in by Declan McGlynn. One of a few on this Ballard team who play for the Seattle Redhawks for their college ball. In comes McGlynn's cross. Takes a touch top of the box, now back post, no one there. Well intercepted by Ventura. Now can they go the other way? They've got space, and now they've got numbers down this right side. Keeping it in. Just taking his time now. He'll switch it, and that one's blocked immediately. All the way back, Devin Slingsby. Ventura with a potential to potentially counter there in that opportunity, but didn't quite manifest itself, and they're patient enough to try this one again. Rubio forward. And losing out that time was Edwards. Back on the ball, though, via Rubio's interception. Lost just as quickly. Farrington couldn't hold on. And this is Baumgart. Just a little bit too far forward with that midfield ball in. Slingsby will see it now. Cuts inside, and this one will be sent by Opoku out wide. Back to the back line, Alvarez. If you're wondering where Ventura County are from, maybe unsurprisingly, they're from Ventura, California. Started play all the way back in 2006. 8 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses on the season. Managed by Mike Elias, second year in charge of the USL 2 side, but he's been an academy coach and an assistant for over 5 years here at Ventura County. Southern California City, about 110,000 people there. The site of one of the 21 missions in the state of California, set up all the way back when Mexico had control of the territory. Now it's a big tourist spot just outside Los Angeles. We'll see a throw in for Ventura County down this left side. Rubio takes it quickly. Unsuspecting, Ballard having to defend. Opoku's onside, one-on-one with the keeper, and tried to slide it home, but a big save from Akili Kassim.
Massive save from Kassim. Opoku, definitely a goal scorer. We've seen it before, but Kassim came up big. It was his height. As you can see here, Opoku didn't keep it on the ground. The ball came up, and Kassim, goalkeepers love that with shot stopping, but Kassim, his reflexes there were fantastic.
You wonder if that ball into him could have been the difference. That little flick from Farrington had it in the air already, so Opoku probably couldn't keep it down for that reason. In comes the cross. Corner kick for Ventura. A header at the back post will slide across and not find any netting. So Ballard escape right there.
Yeah, dangerous crossing, in-swinging. In-swingers are always dangerous, just eluding Kassim, Oberly on the far post, and just going over the crossbar. He could have maybe done better with that because the marking wasn't that good.
This one controlled by Lucia Titsane. Long ball down the right, nothing doing there. Edwards can come the other way. Lofted ball, and it finds the run. Villalpando has players to aim for in the middle. Farrington's near side. Villalpando tried to go alone, and instead, nice shielding from Bernie that time. Kassim can pick it up safely.
Villalpando, dangerous player. Great running behind off the shoulder of the center back, Leo Bernie. However, Bernie did really well. Again, he shielded the ball, shielded it towards Kassim. Kassim came up, smothered it. So pretty good defending. There's 2 pieces of defending that Bernie has done so far.
He's had work to do on that back line. Clever little back heel from Opoku. Is it going to find its target? It is. Oberly's got it, and he'll have to drop it back. In the end, Calderon's got it in defense, and he'll play it to the last line of defense, Tetsuya Kodono.
Much better here from Ventura, coming back into the game, having a nice passage of play with that one chance from Opoku was absolutely fantastic. But they've got to get their shape here. They've got too many players out of position with Ballard going forward, especially here with Ryerson on the right.
Ryerson crosses it in, and a big save that time from Kodono. If he didn't pick that one up, there was a guy waiting right behind him to finish it off. I think it was Bjork that time on the far post. So Kodono will claim it. And if we talk about Ventura County Fusion, the 5 seed out of Ventura, California, got to talk about some of the guys that they've developed who have played for this team before in USL League 2. Giassi Zardes highlights a list of over 70 professional careers that have started in Ventura. Something that the hosts here, Des Moines Menace, who are playing later on tonight, like to boast as well, that they've had all kinds of players make it to the professional level, and they have. Ventura are another one of those clubs who have been around for a long time. They've been successful for a long time, which is rare at this level of soccer. And they've sent plenty of guys even farther to a higher level.
Says a lot for the program. Jesse Vargas coming out of Ventura, I mean, it says a lot for their development, their youth program, and you see it here with Villaponda playing up front wearing jersey number 14. Nifty reads the game well. He's going to have a battle up there with Leo Burney, that's for sure, because Burney's standing at 6'3". He's an absolute giant, but I think Villaponda, give him the ball on the ground, he'll be able to show just a little bit of flair and skill and be able to maybe take him on that way.
Ballard with it in attacking midfield. Onodera sees it again. Plays it across for Tetsane. Center of the park. Well defended, he'll see it again. Moved out left. Baumgart with it. Tetsane again. Taketo Onodera. McGlynn searching. Can't get anything going. Hounded by Opoku. Now a give and go. We'll see it on the left side. Thought about a pass into the center area of that box, but just couldn't get it to come off right. Now Farrington will send this one to the left. He was trying to find the run of fellow striker Villalpando, but intercepted well, and it's that guy again, isn't it, Bernie?
Yeah, but you look at the midfield. Tetsani and Durana, I mean, they're controlling everything. They're sitting just in front of the back four, in between the lines, dictating the pace. As you saw in that last combination play that just got broken down as McGinn was trying to build, his touch was just a little bit too much. But you can see what this Ballard team's about. You can see the way they play. They push the outside backs forward with Ryerson and Baumgart high and wide. And then Bjork and Kingston just coming into the half space. And they've got great angles as well.
Corner to come from Kingston. In it goes, center of the box. Headed effort is deflected. And another go. That one's wide. Out for a Ventura County goal kick.
Another good corner. Bjork has been dangerous. He just didn't get over that on the volley, just slightly underneath. As you look at this again, as the cross comes in from the corner. Great corner in swinging. Heads go up, nodded out, didn't quite clear the lines, and Bjork was there. He's just leaning back slightly, catching the outside of his boot and going over the bar.
Free kick now. Marley Edwards will take it quickly. Plays it to Bastien Oberle from Neuchâtel, Switzerland. Went to Jean Piaget for high school there in the Swiss city. Plays for Loyola Marymount out in California, the Lions, over there in SoCal. He's on the ball again. Left side, Farrington. Carries with him on his right foot. Some space to go for goal potentially. He'll move it out right instead. Long distance effort, that one's charged down, and Tetsane will give it over to the left side, and Ballard can clear this one away. They'll stay in possession as well. What can they do now with Peter Kingston? Excellent defending to get his body in the way and win the free kick back. Looks like Oberle again. This is quickly taken. In fact, that was Henry Smith-Hasty who got back defensively. Opoku will play it to Devin Slingsby. Moving forward, Opoku on the give and go. He's got space, takes a touch, has a go. Burney with the block. Smith-Hasty. Julio Rubio. Left edge of the box, Opoku. Tetsane defending him. Opoku puts it back in and nearly found Villalpando in the center of the box. He was open, but well defended on that near side of the 18.
And that was that man, Burney, again, breaking up play. He's had a great game so far after 25 minutes. Ventura Fusion are now getting back into this game. But the problem is that their transitional moments from attacking to defending aren't quick enough. And this is where Ballard are dangerous.
Really clever from McGlynn to go down, but keep the play running. Left side getting around the right back for a moment, but Devin Slingsby got back just in time. Last-ditch defending from him, and that was enough on that occasion. Marley Edwards would like to be the benefactor and come the other way. Edwards has time and space. He'll come up slowly. Tetsane comes out to greet him. And this is Oberle. Again on the 1-2 from Smith-Hasty. Marley Edwards plays at Fresno Pacific, the Sunbirds. They're transferring in from Fraser Valley. Outside step from Farrington. Couple players on him, dispatches them both. And claiming it just in time is Akili Kasim.
That was a great piece of skill there by Farrington, the 6'2" striker. Normally strikers that height and not really that mobile, but he showed some great skill and flair. That was really quality, but it just goes to show, get the ball in at feet, and then can you take on the two center backs? Can you take on Bernie? Bernie hasn't really been challenged in that way. It's been in the air. He's intercepted passes. His positional play is good because he's in space, so he's breaking up play and managing to clear his lines.
See what Ventura's got going this time. A lot of space this time. It's played across. Chance Shirley! What a stop! Akili Kasim clawed that one off the line, and it should have been the opener. Absolutely robbed is Marley Edwards.
Well, I tell you what, it opened up here with Ventura. The ball played in. Marley Edwards just getting inside the defender. But what a save there from Kasim. That was absolutely brilliant. Diving to his left. Quality stuff. He's a good keeper. I like the way he plays. I watched him in the last game. Absolutely fantastic.
Now it's the center back, Alvarez, to send this one in on a corner. And it goes near inside, and Kasim punches it very far away. He's been up to every task he's faced early on. Had to dive to his left a couple of times, hasn't he?
Yeah. People are probably watching this going, why didn't he catch that? But that in-swinger, you don't know how that flight of that ball's coming in. Is there a bit of a dip on it? There's a curve on it. But it was an absolutely great punch.
And now going down in the box, a penalty. Ballard giving it away. Christian Engman, the center back, lunged in. He got the wrong side of Logan Farrington, and as a result, we'll see a penalty kick.
Opoku playing it into Farrington. Farrington just getting past the defender there. Definitely a penalty clipped. And Christian Engman will definitely be looking at himself on that one, just on how he was marking, just caught off guard.
Farrington earned it, and Farrington will be the one to take it. Ventura County with a gift. Excellent chance to go up 1-0. Wisconsin native steps up. He delivers. Kasim guessed the right way, but it wasn't enough. Buried into the bottom left by Logan Farrington. 1-0 Ventura County.
Well, that was a quality penalty there from Farrington going across his body. It would have to take something special to beat Kasim. Kazim's quality, but as you can see here, Farrington, ball played on the ground with power. If you're going across your body, you've got to go with power, and placing it in the bottom corner. Unfortunately, Kasim diving the right way, but just couldn't do anything with that.
Really not sure what that dance was on the replay there. It was a bit peculiar. Not sure what they call that one, but either way, Farrington has earned the right to do his dance, and we'll see a quick little hydration break as well for both sides. 29th minute of this one. I mean, it's the perfect opportunity to go into the hydration break 1-0 up for Ventura. They're looking great as far as momentum is concerned, but even before that goal, the past 5 or 10 minutes have been much better from them.
Yes, it has, Danny. But something that Ballard need to watch out for, they're looking good going forward. They're stretching their outside backs high and wide in Baumgart and Ryerson. Tetsani and Taketo are sitting in the midfield, the two holding midfielders. Very, very skillful. But as they're building out the back, they're stretching the field. They have to keep the ball because on that penalty, the ball was given away, it was intercepted, and they're out of shape. And that's how Farrington got inside the defender, Bernie, and into the box. And actually, Bernie on the one side and then going past the big center back, Engman. And they really have to watch out for that because they will be caught. But here's the thing. Ballard have been goals down and they've come back. They have that quality. Mahir up front, Alex Mahir, he's a good player. I think they've got the character in this side to come back in. It's 1-0 in the 30th minute in the first half. I think there's more to come, to be honest with you.
The expansion side's resolve and character being tested over the next 60 minutes. They're down 1-0 late on in the first half. Tetsane will move it out wide. This is Ryerson. The run inside for Mejia. He would like to find a cross, but instead runs out of real estate, and Ventura County will reset.
Alvarez did very, very well there. He also had the support of Edwards as Mahia was trying to make something of it. And just getting that extra touch, didn't quite get a hold of it, going out for a goal kick. It's a little bit better from Ventura Fusion with the defending, most definitely. And that's what they've just got to be aware of. In transition, just making sure the players are sticking to their roles and responsibilities defensively, whether they're tracking back, tucking into the space to break up play. But it's got to be done quickly because you got guys like Bjork, Mahia, but Bjork, very, very quick, playing in the wide on our near side, wearing jersey number 10 on the right-hand side. And then you've got Kingston on the far side, also a lot of pace.
Good idea for a long ball that time, and trying to get on the end of it. You mentioned the pace of Tyler Bjork. Wasn't quite enough on that occasion. Farrington tried a flicked header for Villalpando, but couldn't get there in time. Cleared away instead by Bernie for Ballard FC, and Ventura County have a throw.
Cadona's starting position was very, very good, managing to come out and just clear his lines there. Just taking care of that ball over the top, just watching out for the pace up front from Ballard.
Here's Henry Smith-Hasty. Out wide, Devin Slingsby, the right back, getting forward. Turns back around. Smith-Hasty again from Los Angeles, California. Went to Loyola High School right in the middle of town. A San Diego State Aztec as well after transferring from SMU in Dallas, Texas. Here's Edwards. Moves it across to no one in particular. And Ballard will be able to get the gift of possession as a result. They won't hold on to it very tightly. And Ventura have it back.
Yeah, I think Kingston was surprised he got that ball. Edwards playing a square ball. That's criminal. Square ball, especially in those areas, susceptible for counterattacks. Unfortunately for Ventura, Kingston didn't quite get a hold of the ball to spring forward, which kind of just slowed it down with that bad touch.
Henry Smith-Hasty. Wide on the right side, Opoku. Crosses in, first time! And the effort from Farrington is over the bar. Nearly had a brace in about 5 minutes.
Well, Opoku's done well there. Lovely ball played in, but Ventura aren't being closed down in the midfield. Oberle was allowed to play that ball out wide. Baumgart, you could tell after that passage of play, actually turned around. He's looking at the midfield guys. Guys, come on, man. You've got to turn around. You've got to pick up. This has to be done. I know it's hot out there. You've got to work for this. Because now Ventura now starting to gain some momentum in this game. But I tell you what, that ball played in. You saw Sergio Villaponda just check into the space. He was given the call, I believe, from Smith-Hasty, who smashed it over the bar. But you can tell in the movements how Villaponda just checked back into the space. The two center backs, Calderon and my apologies there, Bernie and Engman were ball watching, stepping back to intercept the cross. You know, it's something to watch out for, because I do like this kid wearing jersey number 14, Villaponda, who's come through the academy there at Ventura. So it just says a lot for what's happening down in the Ventura area in LA, and I'm sure there's a lot of people down there watching this game.
Yeah, they've amassed quite a few fans, quite a few followers over the years. As we mentioned, they've been around quite a while in League Two. They're pushing on for a second now. Opoku. He'll cross this one in, deflected out for a throw-in. And speaking of fans and supporters, Ballard have amassed quite a few this season. I know a few of them are over at Reuben's Brews, their title sponsor on their jersey, having a watch party over there. Shout out to everybody up there in the Ballard neighborhood of Seattle out at Reuben's Brews. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, 1-0 the lead for Ventura County over Ballard FC in this first half. If you're just joining us, Danny Catula and Justin Forster giving you live coverage here on CISN. Ballard on the ball, moving from left to right. Down a goal after the 30th minute penalty strike from Logan Farrington. Left side, here's Kingston. Just sticking a foot in was Slingsby, and it was enough to clear it away. 36th minute, and Ballard are starting to smell blood a little bit more, I think. Getting back on the ball and attacking spaces. This is what we saw in those first 5-10 minutes that was so bright from them.
Yeah, I mean, they were really, really dangerous, and just in the way they played. They were pushing Ventura deep into their own half, but Ventura surprisingly still kept two strikers in Farrington and Villapando high up on the two center backs. And maybe this is something that they've worked on. Maybe this is something they want to do. Just in transition, go 2v2 and try and get one of the 10s to go forward.
Long ball away, and this time, no strikers available forward for Ventura. That's a Ballard foul in the end. Ventura will get a free kick out of that. Zane Baumgart was trying to move forward and just kind of knocked Devin Slingsby down on that occasion. Ballard FC, we've mentioned it. They're from Ballard, Washington. Head coach is Jason Farrell in his first year. Of course, it's the club's first year. Graduated from Seattle Pacific in 1992. Relevant because that's where they play their home matches, is at Seattle Pacific's Interbase Stadium. As we'll see a free kick there on that far side. I believe going down is Nathaniel Opoku on that occasion. But Farrell was somebody that was considered a very savvy hire by Andrew Harvey. He's a guy I talked to out at Ballard, the play-by-play guy for the Bridges as they're known. He said that it was such a savvy hire to bring Jason Farrell in. He's a Seattle native. He's been around, played in MLS for 4 years, very experienced. He played with Sounders before they were in the MLS, if I'm not mistaken. Spent some time at Columbus Crew in his MLS days as well. He knows his stuff, been around, and he fits the vibe of this team, is what Andrew Harvey said to me. He's a very chill guy. He wants to win, and they've made it this far, but at the same time, it's a very local vibe. It's a chill vibe, and I could see it in training. I was able to come out, as we'll see an opportunity again for Ventura County, but I was able to watch training yesterday as Ballard made it in to Des Moines. It was, everybody was super happy to be there, super excited. They were locked in, they were ready to train, and there's a lot of great talent in this team. But I was struck by how much fun those guys were having. They were really enjoying the moment, excited to be out there. You could tell they all knew each other well, joking around, having fun. And it's something you love to see from a football club at this level. That mentality of, this is a fun game. Why not have fun? How about this? Nearly a very fun equalizer from Tyler Bjork. He goes down to no avail, but man, that would have been quite the response out of almost nothing.
Yeah, the defending here was poor. Engman with a long ball over the top. Again, the two center backs were flat. I would say Bjork could have done better with that, but Cadona came out, did really, really well closing down. But that ball played in from Engman was quality over the top.
Farrington the other way for Ventura, nicely defended by Tetsane. We've seen him on the back line a little bit for Ballard this season as well. He's there in defensive midfield, adding his defensive talents. And now Baumgart can come the other way, trying to develop another attack for Ballard. A little under 10 minutes to play in half number one. Back line, it's Bernie. Engman again. Remember, he's the player who made the challenge on Logan Farrington to yield the penalty. They got Ventura the first goal of this match. Now left side. Kingston crosses it in. Well defended by Rubio. And this one's played back by Onodera. Left side, another chance for Kingston to cross. Sent right back out to him. Opoku gets there first. Took a couple of bounces, and Kingston found it again. Baumgart crosses in this time. Nearly a glancing header from Mejia, and just a little half touch was all he would have needed, but just a little bit over his head in the end. Nice defending from Juan Pablo Alvarez.
You talk about nice touch. That was good defending from Alvarez. He just gave Mejia just that little nudge to put him off. Not a foul, but just, just that little nudge, just putting him off and didn't quite connecting with the ball. But, earlier on you were talking about Ballard, the coaching staff, and Andrew Harvey. I'm sure he played with the Sounders back in the old NA and the actual A-League days.
Indeed.
So Schmitzer, the head coach for Seattle Sounders, probably played with him as well, so they have that connection. But it's just an unbelievable footballing city. That whole area of the state of Washington up in the northwest, Seattle's. It's football mad, to be honest with you. Football mad.
It is, and there's so much good talent there. I was also speaking with Andrew, the voice of the Bridges, just about how much soccer is intertwined in the culture there, especially at the high school level. So many good teams in high school soccer up there. And you look at some of these guys like Mejia. He's out of Roosevelt High School, which for those who don't know, very local to the Seattle area. Also a direct rival of the even more local Ballard High School, of course, named for the neighborhood that Ballard play in. So Mejia being from Roosevelt, a direct rival, a little bit interesting, raised some eyebrows, but of course he's been welcomed with open arms after how well he's scored goals up top in that role for Ballard. One of few guys who's got the height to be a target man and to get on the ball here in these aerial spaces, although Ventura gets there first, but also has the speed and the shiftiness to be kind of an out-and-out central striker and get around a defender as well in more than one way.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the build-up shape here for Ballard, but as you can see, this is where Ventura are dangerous. On the counter-attack, they're being slowed down here. They have the numbers. Eggman was just slowing down the attack there as the cross comes in.
Well, an effort for what would have been an acrobatic second goal. Doesn't come across that way. Mejia's got it. Shakes off some defenders. Turns nicely, and he's got space now. 40 yards from goal. Tried a through ball, intercepted by Rubio. He'll go to the left side now. That one's intercepted too. Ventura all over the place defensively.
Yeah, McGlynn didn't really want that ball with Mejia on it, looking to play into feet. Unfortunately, didn't go to his feet, went to the defender. But Mejia showed some quality and holding the ball up against the defender and turning. He has those qualities. He just needs someone underneath him where he can play it into. He looked to his right-hand side, our near side. Bjork had actually made an inverted run into the 9 position, and Ryerson was still on the back line. You can tell some of the players now coming towards halftime, Danny, are starting to get a little bit tired. It is hot out there, not hotter than what we've had in previous times, to be honest with you, but they are going to start feeling the heat.
Leo Burney. And the pass from Honorera. Now it's moved out left. Baumgart. Cross midfield, and they'll play it centrally for McGlynn. Now sent out wide. Honorera again. Tetsane all the way on this right flank. Cuts back centrally to his left. Has a go with that left foot and flies out left of goal in the end. Saw that idea, though, just wanted to curl it in at that far post.
Yeah, Tetsane didn't quite connect that, cutting in onto his left foot, but sailed over the crossbar. But just looking, if there was going to be a transitional moment there from attacking to defending, I think that Ballard would have been in trouble, because Villanova he had come into that space on the far side. Both of the holding midfielders have been pulled out of position, and to be honest with you, lucky Tetsane actually struck that ball, because they would have been in big trouble there.
Ventura back on the ball. Lepoku has moved a little bit more centrally at times, like he does now. Slingsby plays it backwards. Calderon. Tetsuya Kadono. Skies it out left. This is Rubio. Edwards. Moves centrally for a moment, but Bjork made him think better of that pass, and eventually Ventura get it there through an extra pass to Alvarez. Now it's Calderon. Slingsby. Calderon again. Juan Pablo Alvarez. Sees some space and he'll try and exploit it on a ball for Villalpando. Left side entering the box. Plays it centrally. Edwards makes a man miss. Goes for goal and another sprawling save. Akili Kasim's been incredible in this first half.
Yeah, Edwards was allowed to turn onto his favored right foot and strike that. Kasim did really well. It had a little bounce in front of him, difficult. Holding on to the ball, he's showing his qualities there.
Well, some excellent stuff from Kingston, speaking of quality, to keep the ball on that left side and play across in. Fortunately for him, nothing doing on the other end of it. Nice, tricky stuff there. We will see 3 minutes of added time to half number 1. So we'll get to 48 on your screen. And thanks for joining us on 11 Sports and on YouTube for live coverage of the USL League 2 National Playoffs here on CISN. Don't forget, later on, 7 p.m. Central Time, if you're listening out on the Pacific Coast supporting one of these two teams. It'll be 5 p.m. for you guys. But we'll have Des Moines Menace, the home side, hosting this weekend. They'll be taking on Flint City Bucks for the Central Conference crown. Of course, the winners of these two matches on this Friday will meet in the national semifinal on Sunday. Ballard trying to get one step closer to punching that ticket. McGlynn sends it back to Tsane. Onorera back to McGlynn. Right side, slips it through. Ryerson gets there first. Cross to the back post. So many players to aim for. He couldn't find any of them.
Well, the quality's there in the beginning with the combinations and moving the ball quickly. One touch, just one touch passing. It's moving Ventura. They're not sure. When they hold on to the ball, Ballard, that's when they get closed down. They did really well there. Ryerson just managing to get to that ball out wide. Onto his left-footed, not really his favored foot. He could have done better with that, better quality with that cross. It was going to be an in-swing. It went in behind, in particular on the far post, Mahia.
Lots more space for Ventura. Player out left, it's Edwards. He does get this ball. Crosses it back across the face of goal, and plenty of players there for Ballard. Onorera clears it. Now this is Baumgart. In midfield, Tetsane. Taketo Onorera. Nick Ryerson now from Duval, Washington, went to Cedar Crest High School. Another one of those Redbirds out of Seattle Pacific. Division II program, one of the better programs in the nation at the D2 level. Excellent ball through, a long touch, a little bit too heavy from McGlynn. Kept it in though, and it has to be cleared away by Ventura, so that'll be another Ballard corner.
Relationships between players. Bjork making the run in behind Mahia. Mahia just leaving it for him. Didn't quite get the touch, but earns a corner out of it.
Tyler Bjork to take. Kirkland, Washington native, plays for the Western Washington Vikings. In comes his corner. That one claimed fairly easily by Cadono. About 15 seconds before half number one comes to a close. Right now, Ventura County Fusion up a goal to nil. Cadono sends this one away. Referee says play on for now. And that will do it for half number one. 1-0 the score. Ventura County Fusion, national champions in 2009. As of right now, if this result holds, they'll find their way back to the Final Four for the first time in quite a few years. We'll see if they can do it over Ballard FC. 1-0 is the Ventura County lead at halftime. For Justin Forrester and myself, Danny Catula, quick break from us at CISN. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with halftime analysis and, of course, the second half of action on CISN.
Joints are keeping you from what you really want to do. Whether it's playing with your kids, golfing on the weekends, or dancing with your spouse on date night, DMOS can help. Des Moines Orthopedic Surgeons. DMOS, a nationally recognized team of orthopedic specialists, can help make it happen. Rated among the state's best for joint replacement surgery, DMOS offers the Metro's most comprehensive range of play-restoring orthopedic services, from sports medicine, urgent injury, to physical therapy. At DMOS, we're ready to help you get back to living. Learn more at dmos.com.
Hi, it's Amanda with Holt Plumbing and Heating. With inventory tight, Holt not only anticipated the need, but took the risk of stocking up on our most popular products. While our competitors scramble to find furnaces, air conditioners, and water heaters, we have plenty of stock, ready to be installed. Even though we have extra products, now we see demand at an all-time high. To sweeten the deal, we are also offering 0% financing on your new purchase. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
At DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, we want you to experience the DeArmond difference.
My dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure your ownership experience is exceptional.
We're completing phase 2 of our major reconstruction project at our Indianola location, providing a state-of-the-art customer lounge and waiting area and soon-to-be all-new showroom, reinvesting back into our communities.
DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. Experience the DeArmond difference today. DeArmondAuto.com.
It takes a village to empower a young person to achieve their full potential. Yet today in America, 1 in 3 kids are growing up without a mentor. Together, we can change this. You can be that someone for a young person by becoming a mentor. Join the village. Big brothers, big sisters. Become a big today.
Well, we've played 45 minutes here in West Des Moines, Iowa, center of the country, where a couple of teams have traveled east. Ballard FC out of the Northwest Division with 0, and Ventura County SC out of the Southwest with 1 at halftime. Give you an idea of how we got there. Danny Katulik joining you in the studio here at Valley Stadium. Let's have a look at that goal and how the first half panned out. Ventura County not necessarily starting the best, but they found their way into that opening goal. You see this movement. Zapoku playing it into Farrington. That touch right there gets him around Engman, and the ill-advised challenge from behind. Never something you want to see. Engman doesn't have much of a case to plead, the left center back from Shoreline, Washington. That's the penalty, and now we see how it's dispatched. Farrington can't quite get Kasim to go the wrong way, and it was a good dive from Akili Kasim in the end, the Ballard goalkeeper. He was fantastic in the first half. Once again, I maintain I have no idea what that celebration was. Don't know what to call that. I think it's the Logan Farrington now, but excellent goal from Farrington from the penalty spot. Racine, Wisconsin native, plays for the Milwaukee Panthers, and they'll certainly be happy for their man getting the opener for Ventura County. 1-0, Justin. This is a match where it felt like Ballard have been a little bit hard done by the scoreline. Essentially that first 10-15 minutes, dominance from them. Ever since then, they've fallen off a little bit, allowed Ventura to get into this one, to settle themselves. And I think when Ventura County have space in midfield to run forward, that's where they start to hurt you in attack.
Yeah, but you look at Ballard in the way they play. They've got a great structure in the style they play, with the outside backs going forward with Reyerson and Baumgart overloading, especially in the wide areas. And then you've got Taketu, McGlynn, and then you've got Tetswani. Those guys, they've just got to be there's got to be a little more, because they can't break down the Ventura backline of Slingsby, Calderon, Alvarez. Alvarez on a yellow card currently, and Rubio at left back. And Smith, Hasty, and Oberly, the two holding midfielders for Ventura, actually doing really, really well, just covering, except for that one moment earlier on in the first half. But I think if Ballard they need to be a little more patient. They have the quality, just move the ball around. They have the quality in Bjork, Mahea, and Kingston up front. They're coming in too soon. They are coming into the half space. Maybe they can come out a little bit wider, do the rotations right with Reyerson and Bjork off at angles, whether it's on the inside or the outside half space wide area. But I think if they can get that right, I think that would be the moments where they can break down Ventura.
It's going to be those pieces of play where they're going to have to just improve a little bit. They've got the quality. We've seen it from them. Who in this attacking three is most likely, in your mind, Justin, to go on and get that equalizer, especially earlier on in the second half? Plenty of players to choose from. They've got good attacking talent.
Well, you've got to give credit to Cardona and goals for Ventura. Mahea with that one chance with the header, and then obviously Bjork with the second one with the ball that was played through from Engman. And I think if they can play that type of ball over the two center backs who never dropped, they never shaped it up, they never got side on and dropped. So Calderon and Alvarez, they just stood there, and the ball just went over their heads, and Bjork got him behind it. And that's where Bjork's crafty. He's a crafty player. He's quick. And I've seen some quality in his movements. He just needs to get the final product like Mahea, just the strike on goal. But Cardona has actually done really, really well in goals, as has Kasim on the other side. You've got to give Kasim some credit.
Yeah, Akili Kasim has been excellent between the sticks for Ballard FC. For Ventura, it's been that back line that's held really steady. Ballard have had their chances, and pretty much every time they get forward into the 18-yard box, Ventura's claimed it as theirs. Juan Pablo Alvarez, Giovanni Calderon, they've done great in central defense.
Yeah, they have, and Slingsby and Rubio are now tucking in. So as the phase hits the final third, this is where Ballard are struggling to break down that back four. But then you've got the two holding midfielders with Smith, Hasty, and Oberly just sitting in there, while Marley Edwards and Opoku are now just covering in. They're starting to just recover in that. But the key here is, especially on the counter-attacks, is when Ventura win the ball, they try to find Sergio Villapanda in the space in the central areas, and then they look for Farrington, who just breaks away off the shoulder of one of the center backs, and it's normally Bernie on the at the right center back.
Well, so far, the Old Heads have the edge. 1-0 is the Ventura County SC lead over Ballard. We'll see if that stays that way. With second half action coming to you in just a moment. Another quick break from us at CISN, and we'll be back in a moment on CISN.
At DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, we want you to experience the DeArmond difference.
My dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure your ownership experience is exceptional.
We're completing phase 2 of our major reconstruction project at our Indianola location, providing a state-of-the-art customer lounge and waiting area and soon-to-be all-new showroom, reinvesting back into our communities.
DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. Experience the DeArmond difference today. DeArmondAuto.com.
One more time. Come on, one more.
One more?
Looking good. Done.
Nah, one more.
One more. Riding stance.
What do you think? One more set? Fine, 2 more sets.
One more.
Let's go, squad. One more.
One more.
3, 2, 1.
One more, man.
Oh, man. All right, little bro.
Breakfast? One more.
Yeah, I'm not hungry either.
One more?
Want more? One more, Dad.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
Second half of action in the 2022 Western Conference Final. Coming up in just a couple of minutes. 1-0 is the lead for Ventura County SC. Out of Ventura, California, they lead Ballard FC 1-0. Justin Forsby joining myself, Danny Gatula here at Valley Stadium. Justin, a look back at those first half highlights.
Yeah, so as we take a look at this was one of the first corners that came in. Slung in there by Kingston. Just that didn't quite get a hold of it. There was Bjork just not getting over the ball and off the side of his boot over the crossbar. Here's the goal. You look at the ball that was played through here. Farrington gets onto, well, first it was Kylie Edwards with a fantastic save there from Kasim. Kasim diving to his left, palming it out for a corner. But you can see the players talking about it. But here's Farrington just going past the defender there, Engman. Engman bringing him down in the box as he was lunging out to try and win that ball. Probably the best thing to do, but what a penalty there by Farrington. Just striking that with power across his body. Kazim, unfortunately, diving the right way, couldn't do much about that.
Not at all, and that's the way, well, more or less how half number one ends. Engman trying to kind of atone for that previous mistake.
But as you look at that, now Bjork's claiming a penalty here. Could it have been a penalty? Cadona coming out. I did see a few of the fans for Ballard looking at the referee about that, but look at this. Edwards onto his right foot, striking again. Kazim, maybe that was going out, but what a save with the bounce in front of him, both hands to the ball. Great goalkeeping.
Yeah, Kazim's been fantastic. One more quick break, and we'll be right back for the second half of action in about 2.5 minutes right here on the home of everything USL League 2. It's CISN.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know. El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
Largest selection of German beer in the world, you'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
It takes a village to empower a young person to achieve their full potential. Yet today in America, 1 in 3 kids are growing up without a mentor. Together, we can change this. You can be that someone for a young person by becoming a mentor. Join the village. Big brothers, big sisters. Become a big today.
Everything is set for half number 2, Ventura County with a 1-0 lead over Ballard. With the second half still to play, Ballard trying to save their season. They came all the way out from Seattle to make it here to Des Moines, make it to the Elite Eights. We'll see a couple of changes as they try to get themselves back into this one. The 2 changes that we know of for now via Ballard's Twitter feed are Zane Baumgart coming off. He's going to be replaced by Joe Dale. Dale, a defensive midfielder by trade, replacing a left back. So we could see Dale slot into that left back role, or we could see, a more 3-back lineup with Ryerson, Engman, and Bernie. Still to be determined as we wait on Ventura County to come out of their locker room. Ballard are all set to go. So that's one change. Joe Dale comes in for Zane Baumgart. Dale from Seattle, also went to Roosevelt High School, along with Mejia. And the other change is going to be Tyler Bjork coming off. He was bright in that first off. And then on top of that, replacing him will be Kevin Galliano. Galliano, a 6'1", 175 right winger. Played in both matches off the bench for Ballard from Linden, Washington. Galliano replacing Bjork, and Joe Dale replacing Zane Baumgart. 2 changes at halftime for Ballard. Justin, 2, more midfield changes than anything. Galliano likes to get forward as well. What is that going to change for you tactically for Ballard? What does that tell us?
Well, I wonder if something's wrong with Bjork, or it's just a tactical change. I thought he was threatening at times. It was just the final product. Maybe he's tired or fatigued, and that could be the change, as with Ryerson. But we'll have a look here as far as how Ballard is shaped up. If they're going to stay with the 4-3-3 shape, which my guess is they will. But it looks like it does look like Tetsani has moved into the left back position from what I see right now. So that's a tactical change in the midfield.
Off we go for half number 2. Ventura County kicking off, moving from left to right in this half, and they're all blue with orange trim. Ballard going the other direction, right to left, in their champagne colors. Early chance, long distance effort, well over the bar from Fusion. Ballard will have the ball early on, out of the back.
I notice how Fusion is starting here in the second half, like they did in the first half. They didn't push the 2 outside backs, Julio Rubio and Slingsby, high up and wide. They did that further on into the latter part of the first half. They inverted, as you saw in that attack in their 4-4-2. They just stayed inverted right from the beginning. And I think this is just something they do tactically, just to get a feel of the game, just to stop play, transitions, break up play, until they get comfortable It seems like that. I'll be interested to know because they didn't really bomb on forward on that particular one.
Well, we mentioned in the first half that we've seen Lucia Titsane for Ballard play at that left back spot this year. He'll move out there now. It looks like Joe Dale, defensive midfielder, will play his natural position, replacing Tetsane's area of the pitch. Long distance free kick amounts to nothing for Ventura. Here's Christian Engman for Ballard. Sent forward and intercepted by Devin Slingsby. Moved out left, Rubio. Turns and sends it back. Here's Alvarez. Tetsuya Karono. Calderon. Alvarez again. Long distance switch of play. Titsane is there first. And Kasim claims it.
That was covered there by Titsane. Kasim coming off his line. Good communication. I'm just looking at some of the changes that have been made. I feel it could be tactical. Whereas Dale now will push possibly higher on the line. He's playing alongside Onodara, who drops into a 3-back at times, as you saw there. Titsane maybe to get forward on our near side in the left back position. He's taking care of Opoku as he comes in to intercept that pass to spring the counter attack here for Kingston, but unfortunately didn't really do much with that, tripping on the ball.
Outside of the boot, a pass forward. Opoku dispossessed nicely by Engman. We'll play in Tetsane. He goes down. Referee waves him up. We play on. Oberle in the midfield. Smith-Hastie's got it now. Smith-Hastie sent it forward and was not on the same wavelength as his fellow central midfielder, Bastien Oberle.
Yeah, he was. Hastie Smith was looking for Oberle to break forward. Oberle wanted it at feet. I don't think he quite really wanted to make that run at this moment because he was coming back and his body language showed that he was coming back. He wanted it on his left foot away. And maybe these are the moments just to get a rhythm of the game, just keep the ball. Tetswani earlier on was appealing for a free kick. Not a free kick. He tripped on the ball. Just wasn't quite there. Again, here, when you look at Mahia, he just needs to get on the ball. And I think he's like, he needs to get in the game. He's been closed down really, really well.
Ball in. Galeano is in the area. Not quite dealt with by Cadono, but he does enough. So back line, Leo Burney will get things going again. Noreda sends it forward. Joe Dale outright. Ryerson back into midfield. Low cross. Effort is not good enough and cleared away. Ballard throw in.
I see what the change is. Yeah, it is a tactical change. Galliani is more an attacking midfielder. As you can see, he's playing high up on the line. So he's going to break the line forward. When the ball's on the far side, Tetswani tucks inside alongside Onodara, and they play again as the holding midfielder. So basically an inverted left back. Tetsani has obviously played this position before where he's used to it. He's played left back. He comes in inverted into the midfield. Onodara, he's just going to sit in there and protect the two at the back. And if the ball's on the near side, Slingsby on the far side will tuck in next to Onodara, and that will release Tetswani forward. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's more an attacking change. It's been made at half time. That's great from the coaching staff. Says a lot. Take the risk now, being 1-0 down. And Galliani, as you can see, has been breaking forward.
Here's Marley Edwards. Dispossessed. Excellent work by Nick Ryerson on the right side of the box. Can he advance forward now? They will do so. Here's Titsane. Peter Kingston on the ball. Kingston goes forward and actually hits his own player. Joe Dale got in the way of that long ball. Ventura trying to counter. Villalpando. Taking their time here on the left side. Oberle. Good turn. Finds Smith Hasty. Devin Slingsby forward for Farrington. Excellent defending by Titsani. He's fantastic on that back line, but Farrington will win it back anyway. Long distance effort, another sprawling save from Kasim. And a handball going against Ventura. A lasher of a shot from Farrington, so unlucky not to score.
Well, what a save there from Kasim. He's showing his agility there, but Farrington just going past a little bubble there with Titsani. Hits it with his right foot. Looked like it just went over, maybe a slight deflection of Engman, but what a save there from Kasim diving to his right. He's showing some great agility there in goal for Ballard FC and has kept them in this game so far. Just going back to some of the changes, Dale's playing more of an attacking midfielder and Galliani is now playing higher on the line. And I think this something different with Galliani. Just he'll offer maybe some height. He's 6 foot. He'll offer something different, maybe a bit of flair. McGinn also is an attacking midfielder.
McGlynn, as you mentioned his name, will try and slip a ball through. Well defended by Ventura County, as everything has been up until now. Ballard creating chances just like they did early on in the first half. But Ventura just doing enough to keep them off the ball in those moments.
Smith Hasty did really well there, breaking up play, covering the space. That's good defending. You know, a lot of people don't take note of the small details defensively in games.
Into the box, a shot is saved. Excellent work by Cadona. That was Peter Kingston in the box roaming free. He got one away, but Cadona was on his near post and alert to it.
Cadona was covering the near post, got his body behind the ball. He was blinded by one of the defenders, but did really, really well there of Kingston's strike. Kingston just turning inside, hitting it well, but didn't force Cadona to make a save as far as diving to his left or right.
Devin Slingsby really lucky that time. His pass deflected off of, I think it was Kingston that time for Ballard, and still found a teammate. Would have been a dangerous place to give the ball away. Ballard wanted on a throw in the end anyway. Here's Kingston. Nice ball turning is Galliano. Left off, McGlynn. That's another great save. Both keepers doing a great job between the sticks, still in danger. Ballard could not create a chance on that cross. And Logan Farrington will turn and go the other way. Keeps it in bounds. Working physically against Titsani. Titsani with a crunching challenge, but he couldn't hold it against Opoku. In the end, Opoku gives away a free kick. A lot of physicality on that right side of attack for Ventura right now.
Yeah, Titsani did really well there, winning the ball, earning a free kick. But, you know, look at that save from Cadona. Keeper's height to his right, but it was a fantastic save off McGlynn's shot.
Honorera sends it in. Galliano. Left side, he is offside. And so Ventura will relieve a little bit of pressure. It's been much more physical in the second half early on, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. And Ballard are really trying to get into this game. They're forcing some pressure here on Ventura Fusion. I mean, it could take some time, but Cadona's done really well in goals for Fusion. I mean, he's kept Ballard at bay with some great saves. But the strikes have got to be a little more clinical. The pace is on the strikes, but can they hit bottom corners and top corners?
That's what it could come down to. Farrington will head it backwards. Opoku gets a touch to it to his head as well. Dale. Sent all the way back. Bernie forward. Galliano's got it. Right wing, trying to get it back to Galliano. It didn't work out that time. And the pass from Mejia. And instead, here are the SoCal boys. That was not the side-footed pass that was required from Logan Farrington, and Ballard will get a throw.
There's good pressure there by Leo Burney on Farrington. Farrington just knocking the ball out. But here, you know, the pressure is now coming from Ballard. But you can see Ventura They are really, really well organized behind the ball, and their block of 4 defenders and the midfield line has come right across in the 4-4-2, and they're really just keeping their shape, keeping their structure. Ballard need to move the ball a lot quicker in order to break them down.
Still trying to break Ventura down, and here's Tetsane. Foraging run into the box. Still keeps it in. Brilliant cross with the outside foot, but just no one there for Ballard. Still a chance. That one directed right at Kadono, but a lot of pace on it. Still opportunities for Ballard. They're just not beating Tetsuya Kadono quite yet.
Well, Tetsane did really well there just to get just on the other side of the defender, getting his foot to it from nowhere. That just came out of nothing, but nobody was in the box. It was unexpected, and Tetsane, the captain, the leader of the team, he was just looking for somebody to make that run in the box, or just somebody to be there. And these are the moments where you have to do this. You've got to take the risks.
Giovanni Calderon down in the meantime. Drops ball as a result for Kadono. Tyler Turner, the Iowa native, who has got the whistle today in the center of the pitch, wearing green. Assisted by Aaron Valley of Iowa and Samantha Carey out of Missouri. Made a little road trip to help referee this one. Joe Dale on the ball, gives this one away in midfield. Now working to make up for his error. Physical play back there is enough from Dale, gave it away, but nice job to win it right back with some help from Tetsane. Christian Engman now back to Tetsane. Tetsane, one of 2 Lesotho players on this team. The 2 Lesotho players coming from a pretty cool academy that allowed them to come to the U.S. and play college soccer. Both of them playing at Columbia College. I should say Tetsane plays at Columbia. They both played in the same academy growing up in Lesotho. Got separated when they went to the U.S., went to different schools. Now it's their reunion here at Ballard. Pretty cool story for them. Well, I was speaking with Ballard's head coach Jason Farrell. We mentioned him, how chill he is, how cool of a guy he is to be able to chat with, as Tetsane's got it in this corner, trying to keep it in play. Looks like he will win a corner there, but I mean, talking about human interest stories, it's always something I ask people is, you know, what's a story that makes this team special or interesting? And what Farrell told me was something I've never heard before. He said, we've got 20 great human interest stories. All 20 of our guys who are out here, fantastic guys, great stories. In comes across the Tetsane one. Ventura able to deal with that one, but Ballard just one of those teams where it seems like every player on this team's got a story. At least that's what Jason Farrell had to say. Ventura trying to counter the other way and nothing doing on that occasion. Here's Tetsane, plays it backwards. Onorera. Ryerson. Midfield, here's Dale. Tries to turn. Excellent defending. Farrington getting forward. Cleared away. If you're wondering, the academy that Tetsane came from, it's the Kick for Life Academy. Very cool program. They work in Lesotho and I believe a few other countries as well, giving kids the opportunity to come and play college ball in the U.S. Here's Ballard across midfield. Long ball. It finds its target, but the first touch not good enough from Mejia. Backwards and sent long now by Rubio. Ballard right back on it. Midfield, Opoku touches it to himself. Didn't need the help of Smith Hasty that time. Sent out wide, direct ball, and keeping it in is Devin Slingsby. He's got space, not a great first touch, but it will be a free kick given as Villalpando goes down in a heap and a yellow card, first one of this match, and it goes to Christian Engman for Ballard. See this one again, Justin.
Yeah, when you look at this, yeah, Engman was lucky not to get a yellow card in the first half on that tackle for the penalty. A little bit late here, definitely was, as the ball was just chipped over him there by Villalpando. Earning a free kick on the edge of the box in a dangerous area here. And look at this. You see Calderon wearing jersey number, actually it's Alvarez wearing jersey number 19. The center back is up there to take it.
He is, and he takes the corner kicks as well. 62nd minute. Could Ventura go 2 up? He goes for goal and an incredible save again. We expect nothing less by now from Akili Kasim in goal. What a strike from the center back there.
Yeah, it was a brilliant strike. Had a lot of power on it. As you look at this here again, but Kasim, that's his area that he needs to cover, and he did cover it well, diving to his right-hand side. Saw the ball late, coming round the wall, but again, it's the goalkeeper's height, that mid-height to the right. Now, if that was on the ground, it might have been a little bit different.
Corner kick, it's sent short. Sent in by Rubio. Headed towards goal, sent back, another effort over the bar. Goal kick Ballard. And we go back to that yellow card earlier to Ballard, to Christian Engman. It's worth mentioning that Ballard have had a troubled history with yellow cards in these playoffs. They've had 2 guys sent off for second yellows in their first 2 matches of this playoff campaign. Of course, their opening one, the expansion side in 2022. Most recent guy to get sent off for 2 yellows was Bailey Leatherman, central midfielder, who probably would be in this match if you weren't ineligible for that second yellow that converts to a red card, of course. If Ballard go on to win, he'll be eligible on Sunday for the national semifinal, but Ballard, I think, would sure like to have him in right now. Lofted ball, and it's clever, and it finds Joe Dale. Along the goal line, the 2 17s going at it. It touched Dale last, and Devin Slingsby, wearing 17 in blue, is able to get Ventura a goal kick.
Yeah, again, great defending there from Slingsby, the right back here for Ventura. But ball over the top here for Joe Dale. And Slingsby did really well there, just covering, managing to earn himself. Looked like it could have been a corner. Our angle was off because it's from behind, but Slingsby again doing well, covering a lot of ground.
Just wonder what Tyler Turner's decided here. Yeah, he's making that push motion. Says Logan Farrington pushed up with his hands, and it'll always be a foul in the referee's book. Here's Lucia Tetsane. Mejia dropping in. Out left, onside, is Galliano. Well defended. Ballard still have it, and it looks like it's touched the bridges last. Out for a Ventura County throw-in.
Good defending there by Calderon on Galliani. Did really, really well. The 2 center backs I've been impressed with for Ventura. Just the one time they just got caught napping, and I think if they're not on their toes, that's one way Ballard FC will catch them out.
Well, in the meantime, it appears that Farrington's just been caught on the back of the head. He was in a tussle with Tetsane. But no free kick, just a throw-in for Ventura County. Deft touch from Farrington, and he's off to the races. Villalpando's to his right, wants to go alone for now. Thought about having an effort. Out left, Edwards. Tried to send it backwards for Farrington, but he had stopped his forward run. Opoku trying to win it back. Referee says it's a fair challenge from Onorera, and it was a very important one. Taketo Onorera was able to win the ball back, and now as a result, here's the substitute, Kevin Galliano. Galliano from Linden, Washington, sends it central. Declan McGlynn. Backwards, Tetsane. Onorera. Joe Dale. Dale has the run of Ryerson if he wants it. Instead, he'll play it backwards. Onorera in central midfield. Tetsane. Tetsane's got space, and he'll go ahead and use it. Sent to the back post, a little bit too much loft on that one. And out it goes for a Ventura goal kick.
Yeah, a little bit too much on that one. It was direct, maybe a bending ball and swinging round, especially when you had Dale coming in on the far post there. There was 2 players, and one of them was Galliani. Just Ballard now just need to be patient. I don't think that ball was on at this point. But Ventura, again, when you look at them, they just shaped up so well. They're well organized defensively off the ball, in and around the penalty box. They keep their shape. They try not to get drawn out of positions. You know, and I think it'll start to frustrate Ballard. They've had the chances. Cardona has done well in goals. As long as they just can't let it frustrate them.
Good ball from the back line. Alvarez gives it to Opoku. Farrington back for Opoku. Gets a shot away, but it's blocked. Marley Edwards. Smith Hasty out for Opoku again. He loves running both sides of the pitch. Edwards thinking about a cross, gives to Opoku instead. Charges up a shot, and it's just over the bar. It's got to be something incredible like that to beat Akili Kassim, unless it's for the penalty spot, of course. Not a bad effort from there, and I don't mind it.
Yeah, Opoku was going for the top corner. Didn't quite get enough bend on it, but you know, you look at Edwards, did the right thing. He was looking to shoot. He was under pressure, just laid it off there to Opoku. Opoku had the time and space just to set himself up, and unfortunately for him, it went way over the bar.
Midfield shaking off a challenge is going to allow the ball to be sent out left. Kingston, tricky footwork, moves inside. Joe Dale. Dale defended well. Kingston again. McGlynn feeds it into the middle. Mejia wants to turn. Couple players on him. Gets a shot away, but it's right at Cardona.
Well, he was under pressure there, especially from the two centre-backs, Calderon and Alvarez, and Julio, Rubio were both in there. I thought Mejia was actually going to lay it off to McGlynn, because McGlynn played it in, carried on his run. I think the layoff would have been a better option, especially the angle that McGlynn was running at. He was going to get it on his left foot. There was space in front of him. I'm surprised Mejia never laid it off, but we all know what strikers are like. They want to score goals.
That's why they're in the lineup, of course. Devin Slingsby plays it to Oberle. Calderon. Oberle again. The Swiss central midfielder. Out left. Looking for a pass centrally. It'll find Opoku. Oberle again. Going down. Referee thought about playing advantage. They'll bring it back.
Yeah, it was solid tackle there from Joe Dale and Oberle. It definitely is a free kick. I see what the officials were doing, just playing advantage just to see how things transpired. Realized that it was a serious offense. You know, as now Joe Dale, who came on at halftime, picks up a yellow card.
It was a heavy challenge, probably a little bit heavier than it needed to be. Not surprising to see the yellow card come out in that scenario. But again, now we see the yellow card woes continue, as this particular yellow card will bring us to a hydration break. 69th minute, 21 more to play with any added time. Of course, on top of that, Ventura County 1, Ballard 0, just like it's been since the half-hour mark when Logan Farrington dispatched a penalty. What needs to change for you, for Ballard, tactically, for them to get that equalizing goal and potentially send us to more soccer?
They need to move the ball quickly around the penalty box. The speed of actions are too slow, holding on to the ball too long. Ventura going, that's no problem. You can go sideways and backwards. We're okay with that, as long as you don't penetrate down the middle. Move it quickly, get the ball out wide. They do have overloads in the wide areas on the diagonal pass on both sides. An example of speed of action, McGlynn playing the ball into feet, looking for it back from Mejia, didn't get it, but those are like the little moments. Just Mejia just flicked the ball into his space, into his path. He could finish that. And that's what it is, because the numbers behind the ball. Defensively, Ventura with Slingsby, Calderon, Alvarez, and Rubio doing such a great job. And then in front of them, you've got Smith Hasty and Oberle. That both of those two holding midfielders are doing a fantastic job in there. And then they've got the work rate up front of Villaponda and Farrington and Opoku tucking in, and Marley Edwards is going through some graft right now. Most certainly is, but they were all working incredibly hard. You can see the passion, and that obviously they want to win this game.
Something to keep in mind as we hit 20 more minutes to play. Everybody for Ventura who's in this match has played every single of the 70 minutes so far, and they've only got 4 outfield substitutions they could potentially make. This ball comes in, and that's nothing for Akili Kassim. We've got Max Stanley, Diego Ramirez, Roa, Kenny Ayala, and Julian Madrigal, the 4 who could potentially come in, as Ballard Could create a chance here. Well defended by Rubio. Got down on the ground and slid that one away. But Ballard still with a dangerous chance.
Yeah, you can see Calderon screaming at his teammates, for giving the ball away and get back and recover. But Alvarez did really well. He kept Mahir at bay. And then Rubio with the cover, intercepting that pass. That's big time. That's big time here when it comes to that. Intercepting that pass, it's the small details again.
Christian Engman, long throw in. Header to the back post. And the chance goes begging.
Well, again, nobody standing in front of Mahir. Mahir being able, so no one screening the ball in from Engman, from the long throw from Engman. Mahir managing to flick that ball on. And Galliano just stretching his left leg out to it. I mean, it's easy to say. He could have done better with that. He could have got on the end of it.
Cardono with the goal kick across midfield. Farrington holds on to play, and Smith Hasty sends it out wide. Picking up is Marley Edwards. Tussle outside the box. Edwards keeps going. Shots deflected, gets it back. Touch for Opoku, but Tetsane is there first for Ballard. Header in the wrong direction from Smith Hasty. A good challenge that time will force Ballard backwards. They'll get a throw in though. No foul there, although there was some contact.
I saw that challenge off the ball. There was nothing to it. Both players were one attacking, one defending. Joe Dale, he doesn't need to get another caution, otherwise he's off because he's on a yellow card already. There was no intent with that particular moment.
Logan Farrington. Now it's out for Slingsby. Thought about laying it off. Instead, he'll give it back to Farrington. Slingsby went down under a hard challenge from Tetsane. Could it be Oberle to shoot? His pass instead is deflected. He was looking for Opoku in the center of the box. Slingsby still down.
Yeah, Slingsby's clutching onto his left leg after that challenge. Could it be a bit of cramp? Yeah, the signal to the trainers is no, don't come on. I think he's just got about a cramp or a possible knock from that challenge. And this is the stage of the game. Is like, do you bring in the subs? As you can see, Ventura going to make a substitution. They've got their personnel warming up on the sideline, and as do Ballard. And I think we're most likely to see some changes coming into this game.
Ballard already making two. They switched in a couple of guys at halftime. And meanwhile, a change to come. Looks like going off is the striker, Villalpando. Though he'll get his shin pads off first. Why wait till he get to the bench? Might as well let a little time come off the clock. Julian Madrigal will come in to replace him. That's a like-for-like change. Madrigal, a right striker by trade. He's come off the bench in both playoff matches. 5'10", 155 pounds. From Turlock, California, went to Turlock High School, born and raised there. Plays for the Stanislaus State Warriors after transferring in from Orange Coast College. So 75 minutes gone, quarter hour to go. Ballard have been chasing this one for 45 minutes. Still down a goal. Header away. Ballard, not good from the center area of the pitch that time, and Ventura would like to counter. Not quite able to do so, so they'll settle for some midfield possession for now. Long ball, no one there. And wide open for Kasim to just send it forward again. Christian Engman. We know he can distribute from this backline position. Thought about a long ball on that occasion, but instead plays it to Bernie, his center back partner. Engman again. Now he'll go for the long distribution effort. Slingsby is the recipient of that pass, though, for Ventura. Ball centralized for Farrington and whipped out. This is Opoku. Has a run of Madrigal in the middle, tries to pick it out. No, but the back post, a first-time effort. And, of course, Kasim was there to make the save on his near post.
What a great ball there from the right-hand side from Opoku. right-footed, out-swinging cross distance just behind the defenders who were tracking back in there. It was Farrington coming in, hitting it first time. Kazim positionally was well placed, managed to save that ball. But just looking at Ventura here, they're holding their line. Earlier on, Engman looked for the long ball, but Ventura just dropping in so deep. It's hard to run in behind them. Cardona standing, he's playing a high line as well. Right now, out of your picture, that long ball over the top probably won't work. I think they need to get it wide. They need to get at least maybe one of the nines to come in and play as a false nine, maybe to pull a defender up, play between the lines. But I think someone like, when we look at someone like Kingston, I think Kingston, he's got something about him. Maybe Tetsani playing a little bit higher up there in the left back position. And then the two center backs placed evenly well at the back, and have Onodara just sit in front of them, and he could cover as the third defender, maybe just change the shape a little bit here.
This is Joe Dale working his way into the box. Good defending in the end. Calderon got there. Now this one sent long. Heber doesn't come out. Now Kasim will grab it. He'll roll it out quickly. We'll see what Ballard can create here. So many players forward right now. All but one are across the midfield line. Certainly need a goal in order to keep their season alive. This little dinked ball forward. And Opoku just doesn't have the legs to get there. One of the speedier guys out here. But, I mean, everybody is getting a bit fatigued. Those long balls probably a little bit less successful this time in the match.
Yeah, and Ventura just looking to counterattack as soon as they've soaked up some pressure. It's not really the time, I'd say. As you can see there again, Cardona coming out. They're looking for that long ball over the top for Mahia. Ballard have got to figure out a way just to draw Ventura out of position. They're not going to do it. They're very, very disciplined. It could be a mental error, fatigue error, that's going to get Ballard back into this game.
You just wonder if Ventura will make one of those errors. So far they haven't. Or at least they haven't been punished for any. Ryerson. Forward for Ballard. Galeano couldn't get on that one. Well defended by Alvarez. Now this is Madrigal. Edwards for the run of Farrington. Edwards again. Sees some space and moves it forward. Slingsby has Opoku in the middle. He'll play it to him. Opoku turns, couple players on him. Shimmy's outside. Slingsby again. Smith hasty. Now it's out wide. Slingsby. Up the right side. Madrigal. Dispossessed. It'll be a throw-in for Ventura County.
And as you can see, just out of your picture, the Ventura County are just setting up with a back three, with Rubio tucking in on the far side and the two Oberle in the midfield and Smith Hasty just sitting in. They've got 5 players behind the ball, just with Galeano up front.
Madrigal leaves off Edwards. Into the middle of the box, took a touch off Madrigal again, and nobody could get a shot away for Ventura. Here's Tetsani. Wearing the captain's armband. As we mentioned a couple of times, hailing from Lesotho. Engman sends it to his right with Leo Burney. Burney across midfield comfortably. Still no pressure. Now Madrigal comes over to press. McGlynn out wide. Ball in. Galeano. Potential for a cross maybe. Sent backwards. Ryerson. Ball in. Far post. Headed back. McGlynn's efforts. A little bit weak in the end. Picked up by Cadono.
That could have been the chance. McGlynn didn't quite get a hold of it as the ball bobbled across. If he would have got a hold of that one, it could have been in the back of the net. Cadona's just looking so casual. I just love his aura about him. He's just out of your picture. He casually gets up and just rolls the ball out. There's something about that guy with his personality and the character and the way he plays in goals. You know, everybody says goalkeepers are crazy. One of my best mates, my teammate, was a goalkeeper, and he was nuts.
It's a position you got to be a little bit crazy to be willing to do for your team. Put those gloves on and just face any shot that comes your way. Here's Opoku in the corner. Taking on Tetsane. Masia Tetsane up for the task. Wins the ball back, shielding it for now. Inventive to leave it off for Dale. Galliano for Ballard. Weathers a challenge from Madrigal, keeps going. And they will whistle this one for a free kick. Ballard will take it with Dale. He'll take it quickly. Onorera. Ryerson. Forward. Kingston. Nice move. Can get the ball in the box now. Still a couple players hounding him. Sent backwards. Ryerson. Ball in. First touch not great from Galliano. And sent back in the other direction by Ventura County. Kingston again. Wants a cross. Gets it. Headed off of Alvarez. McGlynn thinking about another effort. Gives it back. Space for Dale. Squares it wide. Ryerson backwards for Dale. Lofted cross. Nothing doing at the near post. Alvarez made sure of that. Backwards for Engman. All the attacking onus on Ballard right now. McGlynn, far post. Players to aim for. First time touch goes right to Gadono.
And that's the type of ball they need to look for. That diagonal ball that's played across there. Unfortunately, Kingston couldn't quite get his right boot onto it, but that's the ball they got to look at. Again, Cadona, he had the space covered. It was an easy one. He tamed, nice tame one for him just to take care of.
Calderon. Juan Pablo Alvarez. Tetsuyo Carano. Looking for Slingsby. Gets a head on it, and it touches Tetsane last. So a throw in for Ventura County. We'll see a substitution before then, though. Coming off, it looks like Onorera will give way. He sure will. Replacing him, Cale Spence. So Spence is in, a winger replacing a midfielder. So maybe more of an attacking midfield option. Wonder if Spence will slot into that midfield role. So far, it looks like he will.
I see the change here. Tetsane has moved back into the midfield.
That one will go out for a goal kick. Minute 85. Ballard with just over 5 more minutes plus any stoppage time to get themselves back in this. Again, a reminder of the substitution. Onorera is off, the Japanese. And Cale Spence of Seattle, Washington comes in to replace him. Cale, one of those Ballard High School alums who's found his way back to Ballard. Plays for the University of Puget Sound, the Loggers. And he'll log about 6 or 7 minutes of game time action, and the most important ones of this match for Ballard. Farrington turns to his outside. Opoku. Back heel. He's so clever on the ball, isn't he?
Yeah, he's skillful, very, very skillful. He's got some crafty little moves up his sleeve. But you can see Ballard have gone to a back three, into a 3-4-3 shape. My guess is they'll just start throwing numbers forward just to get the ball into the opposing half. I mean, I've been impressed with the way they've attacked in their structure. I don't think they've been quick enough as far as how they've moved the ball. Ventura have been really, really organized off the ball. Hard to break down, frustrating, especially if you're playing against that. And Tetsane, the captain now, moves back into the midfield. And as you can see, Ballard have gone to a back three.
Back three indeed. And that means there's a front 7 or so. They're going to send everything forward. And they need to. Got to get a goal to keep the season going. Dale will send it long. Picking it up, Kingston. Outright, Spence. Played off by Mejia. for Galliano. Back to Mejia. Try to get ahead there. Challenge in the box. And Mejia, after clashing with Tetsuya Kadono, will be whistled for a foul. Free kick, Ventura.
Yeah, Kingston with that little volley over the top here. As you can see, the ball coming in. Ball drops off. Just a little Galliani dinking it over the top. Cardona had that covered. You can see he's going to take some minutes off the clock as we're winding down towards the 90th minute. He knows that. He had the upper hand of the challenge as Mejia came in.
So a free kick will result. Cardona to take. The Irvine, California native. You just sense Ballard's starting to run out of time. You see the tactical changes that reflect that. Personnel changes too. More attacking options in this match. They know what they've got to do. Sounds so simple when you say it like this, but you got to get a goal. Farrington moves inside. Lays it off Madrigal. Now it's Oberle for Smith-Hasty. Henry Smith-Hasty lobs it to Slingsby. Slingsby advancing. Well defended by Galliano, but it touched him last. Throw in for Fusion.
Slingsby, I think, wanted to take that down to the corner flag. Just take a few seconds off the clock just as it's winding down. You can see the tired legs out there. Interesting one here. Nathaniel Poku playing at Lindsey Wilson. A little bit different in LA compared to over there in Kentucky, Danny. Out in the remote areas. He's probably enjoying his time out in LA.
Enjoying his time on the ball now is Opoku. Sends it out wide, Farrington. Could give it back to Opoku if he wants, or he could just send it over to the corner and let some time run off. He will choose the latter, but he won't keep it for long. Engman was not having any of that. Won the ball back instantly. Here's Dale. Advantage played on Farrington's attempted foul. Right side, there's some space. Ballard have players sweeping into the middle. Across could find one of them, but no. Excellent challenge there by Juan Pablo Alvarez. He's been alert to every danger on the back line. And it'll go from center back to center back. Engman will set up another attack for Ballard. 89th minute, Tetsane. Mejia all the way back 40 yards from goal. Whips a cross in. Far post, a touch. McGlynn is there, but he can't get anything away. Going down Ventura, they'll win a free kick. That could have been the moment.
That was the moment, Danny. That was the moment there and then. As you see, Calderon is going to stay on the ground. He's going to take some time off the clock. But that was the fatigue moment, the mental lapse. As you can see here, look at this ball played in. Mejia, great ball in. That's the only mistake Cardona has made. And that is the opportunity they should have latched onto. Didn't take it as the clock winds down.
And to be fair, it's hard to look at that and see any other option for McGlynn. He was defended really well, charged down quickly. That's exactly what you want to do on the back line. Sent across midfield, and again, maybe an opportunity for Ventura to let some clock run away. Farrington shielding the ball. He's got Opoku helping him out. Now Opoku's on the ball. Cut inside for a moment. Try to back heel for Farrington, but not enough power on it. Ballard's got the ball again. Sent long one more time. Well defended. Alvarez. We'll see 4 minutes of added time, by the way. So about 4 more minutes to play at least. A minimum of 4 minutes added time. That's all Ballard have left in their season unless they can grab a stoppage time goal. Rubio to throw it in. Actually, yeah, no, it will be. Figured he'd come over and take that. But in the meantime, a really advantageous injury at the moment on the back line to Giovanni Calderon. He'll get up quickly.
Calderon just falling to the ground with cramp just to kill some time. He has some experience. He's represented Puerto Rico, I believe, a couple of times in the full national team. So you look at that, the two center backs. There's experience back there. They're well organized and they dictate the pace. I mean, the two center backs for Ventura Fusion have just organized everything. Kept the left back and the right back in place and the midfield in line.
3 more minutes for Ballard. Slingsby heads one away. Farrington cannot keep it in play. That's one of those little mistakes that could cost you. If you look at Ballard, they've got a little bit more time. A little 15, 20 more seconds could make the difference. McGlynn sent it out wide. Galeano keeps it in along the touchline. Sent in, right back out by Calderon. The Boricua. Engman will throw another one in. Ballard imploring players forward, but so little energy, so little time. Not a whole lot of movement in the box. Great header, though. Couple of bounces, a great throw-in, I should say. Codono will just fall on top of this one. Again, Ventura County, as a club, have been here before, and every player in this roster knows exactly what their job is at this point. Get to 94 minutes and hold on to the 1-0 lead. Farrington, Slingsby. Try to give it back to Farrington. Curls inside a little bit too much. Gives the ball back away to Ballard. Could have a couple more chances before we hit 94. Spence. Stale. Mejia. Couldn't get the turn right. Alvarez took a beating, but cleared it away. Cale Spence. Goes down. Referee does not whistle, but it will be a Ballard throw-in.
Yeah, it looked like he was pushed out there, but the AR was closer and the ref was closer, so the decision was a throw-in. But you can see Ballard now throwing everything into this. Mejia's touch earlier just wasn't that good.
Sent forward, Tetsane. Space at the edge of the box, once across. Well defended and knocking it off Tetsane in the end. Savvy defending will result in a Ventura goal kick. 1 more minute to play. Codono will again take his time. Maybe one more chance for Ballard, but that's about it. They're on their last leg. Codono will send this away, take his time, and try not to get a yellow card in the process. He'll do all 3 of those things. Away it goes into the afternoon air. Ballard loading up one more potential attack. Dale. Tetsane out wide. That's sent in. McGlynn was the target, headed away. 20 more seconds at a minimum. Ballard with one last opportunity. They'll give it off to their long throw-in specialist, Engman. Surely this is it. Gotta get this one right. Engman, ball in, flicked up, cleared away. And all the way at midfield, Kasim wants to put one more in, does so. Referee lets him do it. Headed towards goal. Codono's got it. Falls on it. Referee checks his watch. We keep playing. Codono rolls it out. Space out there. One more check of the watch. One final whistle. Heads and bodies drop for Ballard, but for Ventura County Fusion, off they go into the national semifinal. They'll be right back here on Sunday.
Well, there was champagne football from Ballard in their champagne uniforms, but the champagne is going to the team in blue, Danny. Great effort defensively, well organized, didn't let anything get past them. Codono in goal, played like an experienced pro, and the back four, the midfield, all round just worked extremely hard.
Well, a very quick break from us. When we come back, the trophy presentation, the Western Conference, will be happening momentarily, and we might stick around for it. I think we want to make sure we get this one in before we go to break. Don't want you to miss the celebration for Fusion. And I mean, it'll be a deserved one. The one goal was all that there was in it, all that they needed on the day. And you see them shaking hands with the goalkeeper, Akili Kasim. He was excellent. So unfortunate for Ballard, and for him especially. His effort just wasn't quite enough. He didn't put a foot wrong, though, did he?
No, he didn't. Codono and Kasim both played extremely well. They're both quality keepers. I was really, really impressed with Kasim. You know, it's out of your picture. They're having a little chat there about the game. Codono did well. Kazim, it was a penalty. Farrington scored the penalty. It was a great penalty to Kazim's right-hand side. A lot of power and pace, and it couldn't do anything about it, but a goalkeeping effort today as well. Both sides put it all out in the field. They gave everything. It could have gone any way, Danny, to be honest with you. And Ventura live another day. They'll be here on Sunday for the national semi-final, and you can tell out there they're excited. You can see they're pumped, and I'm sure their fans back in Ventura County are excited as well.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people out in Southern California excited to see a team with almost 2 decades of history. As we bring you to absolute scenes for the boys in blue and orange, Chris Inman, Director of Operations for USL League 2, and Joel Nash, USL Vice President of Youth and Pre-Professional Operations, are there on scene, pitchside at Valley Stadium, to present the trophy for the Western Conference Championship. And you see the excitement. That's Calderon getting himself excited, shaking everything out. The captain ready to help honor his team. Brings it over, and that is the jubilation that's fully deserved. Ventura County Fusion. They're headed to Sunday. They're headed to the national semis. One of 4 teams after tonight that will be remaining in the 2022 season.
And that's what it's all about, the big celebration in the end. You can see the excitement in the players, but they mustn't forget they need rest now. They have another game on Sunday. They'll get a day off tomorrow to recover, get the ice baths in, replenish the fluids, eat the correct foods, make sure they don't enjoy their night too much tonight. I think it's really, really important that they rest and recover, because we have another game coming up, 2 quality sides, as we know, that will play them on Sunday.
Well, that's all we've got for the moment. We'll take a quick break and give you post-game highlights and thoughts, and also maybe preview a little bit of what you'll see later on at 7 p.m. here at Valley. But for now, we'll take a quick break. 1-0 the final score. Ventura County beats Ballard. Back in a moment on CISN.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
The largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbox to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
It takes a village to empower a young person to achieve their full potential. Yet today in America, 1 in 3 kids are growing up without a mentor. Together, we can change this. You can be that someone for a young person by becoming a mentor. Join the village. Big brothers, big sisters. Become a big today.
Post-match between Ventura County Fusion and Ballard FC, where Ventura County only needed a penalty goal in minute number 30 to find their way to the national semifinals. You see the result of some exciting celebrations for them. They had a banner out there. They had their few fans that traveled with him all the way from the West Coast. And that right there was the goal that won it. Logan Farrington, the striker, grabs another one on the year, and he helps Ventura County to a 1-0 victory. With that goal and that dance right there, Ventura County will saunter their way into the national semifinals. Justin, final thoughts from Ventura. I think they surprised a lot of people with how consistent they were. It was those 10 minutes that, Ballard looked a lot better and Ventura County got comfortable in the game. They feel like a fully deserved winner tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Just in the way they were organized off the ball in particular, nothing could get by them, Danny. It was just well structured, well organized. Ballard didn't play quick enough as far as moving the ball like they did in the first half. The structure was good, and I think Ventura deservedly need to be in the final on Sunday just from that organization and the way they played. Just one thing on that celebration on the goal by Farrington. Was that a Milwaukee special?
Might just have been from Racine, Wisconsin, outside Milwaukee. I've never been there and I've never seen that dance, so for me that's entirely possible. But well-deserved from Logan Farrington and well-deserved from Ventura County to get the 1-0 win. Excellent stuff from Ballard, but for them it's not quite enough. Ventura County moving on to the national semifinals. Thanks to both supporters who have come in and been a part of today's broadcast here on CISN if they weren't able to make the trip. The bridge keepers, the supporters for Ballard, and those fans, those players for the boys in blue of Ventura County who are finding their way to the national semifinal. Everyone who's been a part of today's broadcast and who's listened in from around the country, thanks so much for being a part of this one. The USL League 2 Western Conference Final here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. For everyone here in the booth at Valley Stadium, Justin Forster, my commentary partner. My name's Danny Catula, saying thanks so much for listening in. See you guys at 7 for the Central Conference Final. And until then, have a fantastic rest of your evening and be blessed.